today. This is a clip of how you can set up a LAN power sensor for measurements with a FieldFox. So what I have here is a diagram of how your connections would look like. Because we're using a LAN power sensor, you will require firstly a power over Ethernet or Internet injector, otherwise also known as a LAN power supply, and a LAN switch in order to access both the FieldFox as well as the LAN sensor. So you would know that the LAN port is located on the under the third flap on the right hand side of FieldFox. So you will have that connected to the LAN switch. And then you would require another cable that would then be connected to the PoE injector. So there'll be LAN in. And the LAN out would then be connected to the LAN power sensor. Um, you would also notice then that you would have a AC power in to turn up the PoE injector. So in this diagram, it's a U2049XA. In the demo that I'll be doing, it's a different model, and we will go through that in a little bit. Once you have this connected, the LED on the LAN power sensor should be lit up and it should be in green. So if the lights are not on, you should check if you have your connection set up right, whether your PoE is working. And if you do have that and it's light up green, we can then proceed to the next item. And that would be to go into Keysight Connection Expert. So I had already scanned this and it appeared here. So let me just remove that for now. I might do a add. So do an add, do a LAN instrument, let's do a quick cancel, close, and do an add again. So now then it should pop up, and because both the FieldFox and the LAN power sensor are connected to the LAN switch, you should actually be able to see both of them. So if you want, you can go ahead and add both the FieldFox as well as the LAN power sensor. Otherwise, you could just have this connected to the LAN power sensor. So I'll just like to make sure that it's interacting all right with the LAN power sensor. So we'll do an IDN check, so send and read, and the model number, serial number, as well as the firmware revision should pop up. And that's what I have, and that's what I want, which is great. So, all right, we're good and done here. So we can then proceed to FieldFox. And I'll just quickly note if you're not able to connect or if you did not see FieldFox on your Keysight connection expert, that's not a problem unless you're doing a remote connection like I am here. So in that case, you might just want to briefly check that your LAN is set to DHCP. So if that's a problem for you, that would be a first thing to check. If it was originally a static, you would go and edit and change it to DHCP, do it then, and apply settings to now. Because I have this connected and it's up and running, I'll leave it as is. So as you can see here, this is the default mode that you're in, but because we want to check on the power meter, we'll go ahead and select that mode. So by default, it will tell you that the power sensor is not connected. So unlike the USB power sensor where it may detect it automatically, for the LAN sensor, it's a bit of a manual setting. So we'll go ahead and hit measurement setup, hit more, and I'll just straight away put that this is a LAN sensor, and then we'll hit LAN um, power settings. So this is not the right model. I'm going to pick the model that matches what was displayed on the Keysight Connection Expert. Um, if you've forgotten what the IP address was, you can always go back to Keysight Connection Expert to check for it. So I will connect using IP address instead of the serial number. If you do choose to connect using the serial number, it will be the last 5 digits that you see on the label of your power sensor. So right now we'll do an IP address and I will specify that. So let's hit enter. And I've noted this from Keysight Connection Expert, so I'll hit enter. And it'll automate LAN connection, and you get that zeroing message as well as the LAN power sensor details once you've successfully connected to it. So this is exactly what was displayed on Keysight Connection Expert, and I'm happy with that. So now we can go ahead and do some measurements. So because this is a peak and average power sensor, the peak option is not grayed out. If you have a average only power sensor, the peak option could be grayed out. So just to do a really quick check, I do have the sensor connected to port 1 of FieldFox. I'm just going to tune this, say, to 20 dBm and to turn this on, and this is the value that I'm getting. So that's how you can connect a LAN power sensor to work with your FieldFox. Let us know if you have questions, and thanks for watching.